Hey Tom, I know you said no more songs. One of the first artists Diddy ever signed is named Joe Desi. A very famous song by him is called Freakin' You. Joe Desi, Freakin' You? No way. I wanna freak you. Wake up feeling so horny. Okay. That's a little on the nose. I wake up feeling so horny. Every time I close my eyes, I wake up feeling so horny. I'm so horny, I'm gonna goon. Here's the question, chat. How many of you feel like you actually know what Diddy did? I barely know who Diddy is, okay? How many of you feel like you have a decent understanding of what Diddy did? One, if you feel like you have a decent understanding. Two, if you have no fucking idea, okay? Because I genuinely have no fucking idea what the fuck he did. I don't. I have no idea. I don't even really know who he is. The only thing I know about Diddy is that he dresses like the Joker sometimes, and I do like that. This I do like.
He's pussy. He's pussy. Pussy. Yeah. You, nigga.
This is Diddy.
Just because I said that. You're a clown.
That is him laughing and dressed as Heath Ledger's Joker.
He's pussy. He's pussy. Pussy. You're a clown.
This is actually him.
Shot, baby. We shot, baby. Shot.
He's got his goons dressed up like the guys in the beginning of The Dark Knight in the bank robbery scene. A lot of people are saying they know what Diddy did. Diddy's basically Epstein. He's Blackstein. Well, maybe he is, but I wouldn't fucking know. Okay, I don't know all the allegations. I don't know what he did specifically. I don't have all the information.
You say you don't like me? Then motherfucking get to it, nigga. If you don't like me, you motherfucking front, get to it, bitch.
Diddy dressed as the Joker saying the N-word is perhaps the most base thing of all time. Think a robotic dragon for becoming a member. Well, I found out recently that Diddy got arrested, okay? Diddy got arrested. And there's something happening involving a freak-off. Here we have an article from NBC News. Sean Diddy Combs arrests freak-offs at center of sex trafficking racketeering charges. Here's how they describe what to know. Diddy did me. It is funny that the guy who's being accused of diddling is named Diddle, basically. But here's the Blackstein allegations. Music mogul Sean Diddy Combs, who was arrested last night at a hotel in New York City, is in charge with racketeering, sex trafficking, and transportation to engage in prostitution. At a hearing today, Combs pleaded not guilty. He was denied bail and will remain in custody, so he's in jail right now. Hawk once, shame on me. Hawk me too, fuck off. Hawk me too. Fosworth Bentley, happy AF. He's not the guy in the mask permanently anymore. What are you talking about? Who is Fosworth Bentley? Say Steve, every time you say something in my chat, I feel like I'm losing my mind. Who is Fosworth Bentley? This guy, what? He's a rapper? What does he do? Is he related to Diddy in some way? Gene Deal exposes shocking truth about why Diddy fired Fosworth Bentley.
Not his actual name. How they came up with the name and everything. We were sitting in front of the
All right, well, I don't know what the fuck this is. The charges are tied to freak-offs. What is a freak-off? What is this? Coerced sex acts that Combs allegedly orchestrated and recorded according to a federal indictment. What is a freak-off? Officer Goonslet reporting for duty. Frederick Fazbarian Bentley. He helped organize the murder of Tupac? Okay, I don't know if that's true. A bail hearing's been set for tomorrow afternoon. Combs has faced a wave of lawsuits, and one as recent as last week accusing him of SA in misconduct in the past year. He's denied any wrongdoing. They've accused him of witness tampering. Holy shit. Bags of pink powder were found in his hotel room after he flew to New York on the advice of his lawyer 2 weeks ago to await arrest, prosecutors said. The powder was not tested, but the prosecutor said it appeared to be narcotics, and the similar bags previously seized at Combs' properties tested positive for drugs, including ecstasy. Authorities have interviewed more than 50 witnesses. 50. That is a stacked case. 50. The freak-offs were elaborate and produced sex performances and were highly organized parties, prosecutors said. Freak-offs. I don't know what Diddy did, but listen to Diddy Party by Raw's Record. I'm not listening to whatever the fuck that is. You know what? Maybe I will. Diddy Party, Raw's Records. Diddy Party songs, I should be looking up. Oh, Riz Records. You spelled it wrong. Diddy Party A, it's a party, brain rot parody, Waka Flocka Flame, Grove Street Party Diddy diss track. All right, here we go.
I got the whole line of evil. Kids down there for me.
I don't even remember what R. Kelly did, but I saw some video of him singing in prison that was like amazing. I think he's in jail for life, right? Yeah, this video.
R. Kelly singing for a honeybed.
Rub me when I'm finna sing, nigga. My mind's telling me no, but my body.
He still got it.
Body's telling me yes, baby.
And the wild style.
I don't wanna hurt nobody, but there is something that I must confess.
Kelly singing
The way he hits those notes, that's not even the one I remember. I remember a different one from a different angle where he was like in the prison cafeteria or something. R. Kelly, I want a cookie.
They ain't got no cookies in there?
Ain't got none.
Shit. Not none, dog. A store like that?
Ain't got none.
I want a cookie.
This guy's weird.
I want a cookie.
He peed on a minor? What? He did? He peed? What did R. Kelly do? Is that why he's in jail? He pissed on a girl? They indicted him on charges including child sexual exploitation, CP production, sex trafficking, kidnapping, forced labor, racketeering, and obstruction of justice. What was he sentenced for? He was convicted of CP and the enticement of minors for sex, but said he will serve nearly all the sentence simultaneously with a 30-year sentence imposed last year on racketeering charges. Do a forehead reveal? Bro. No way. It'll be a dark day when that happens. Okay. When this channel hits 1 million subs, I'll shave my head. You guys will see how dark things can truly get. Avoids lengthy add-on to 30-year prison sentence. R. Kelly sexual abuse cases. I have seen his like insane interview. Yeah, CBS This Morning with Gail King. I did see that. CBS This Morning, R. Kelly. I like learning about this shit because a lot of the time I genuinely have no fucking idea what happened because I'm just not following this stuff. I don't follow hip hop culture. I do remember seeing these girls cry on the news or something. He made a vid with a 14-year-old legit saying, I love this 14-year-old. He said that in the video on audio. That's a crazy, that's like 3 levels of insane self-report. Yeah, this part where he stands up and yells. I like this part.
Didn't do this stuff. This is not me. I'm fighting for my life. Y'all killing me with this. I gave y'all 30 years of my career.
Robert.
30 years of my career.
She says Robert. Look up the Diddy gang rape Jane Doe court filings. That sounds super dark.
Y'all trying to kill me. You killing me, man. This is not about music.
This is not about music.
I'm trying to have a relationship with my kids, and I can't do it. Y'all just don't want to believe the truth. You don't want to believe it.
You don't want to believe it.
At this point, we briefly pause the interview to give Kelly a moment. His publicist helped calm him down.
I hope this camera keep going.
No, we're going to let the camera keep rolling.
This is not, doesn't even make sense. Why would I hold all these women? Their mothers and fathers told me, we're going to destroy your career.
We're going to destroy your career. That's what they said. Well, regardless of that, R. Kelly was arrested recently. Sorry, not R. Kelly. R. Kelly was arrested a while ago, 5 years ago, I want to say, 4 years ago. P. Diddy, okay? P. Diddy, Sean Combs, he was arrested recently. And ABC News built a helpful timeline of all these allegations for us, which we get to go through. And there's also a video by Patrick CC I want to watch to better understand what's happening here. Girl, do you want to come back with Rob? Is that in one of his songs? What the Sigma? Yeah, P. Diddy got denied bail. He's being held without bail while they investigate him. He said that. You can see how white I truly am. Because people gave me shit a while ago on Twitter because I said I'd never heard like a Drake or Kendrick Lamar song. That was true to my knowledge. After making that tweet, I think the only Drake song I had heard, which I didn't know the name of, was Hotline Bling. And the only Kendrick Lamar song I like that I listen to now and then, which I believe came after that, is Pride by Kendrick Lamar. I just don't care. I generally don't. I don't like rap or hip hop. It's not my thing. I don't even like R&B. It's not my swag. Not my thing at all. Kendrick is sick. I don't know. It's just not my thing. I don't like his voice. Nothing about it is appealing to me. Why so serious? Why so serious? But yeah, when I was in high school and everybody was listening to this shit, okay, I was busy listening to Breaking Benjamin, all right? I didn't have time. I was busy listening to My Chemical Romance. I was listening to Weezer, okay? I was the coolest kid around, okay? It was not my thing. I didn't give a shit, okay? It didn't matter to me. Lawsuits and allegations against Sean Diddy Combs timeline. The lawsuits contain allegations Combs has largely and vehemently denied. Sean Diddy Combs was for decades among the most influential entertainers and music entrepreneurs in the business, along the way becoming fabulously wealthy by turning hip-hop stardom into luxury business branding. As allegations of sexual assault, physical violence, and human trafficking mounted over the last few months, allegations Combs has largely and vehemently denied. His business empire has been taking hits. Several brands and organizations have cut ties with Combs, as have 2 of the cities he's called home. New York City took back his ceremonial key, and Miami Beach terminated his Diddy Day. There was a Diddy Day? Tom saw the downfall of Brad Tate's trying to fill the gap in the market. Yeah, that's what I'm doing. What the fuck is Diddy Day? He had a day in Miami? Diddy Day mini vlog? Wait, this is a real thing? Diddy Day mini vlog. Do people just get together and celebrate the life and times of Diddy? Is that what they do? Diddy Day. But there's so many people. Is he this beloved? Is he a rapper himself? Or is he just a mogul guy? What does he do? P. Diddy music. He did make music.
Now, go ahead, mommy, make it hot now.
Goddamn. Combs, through his attorneys, has denied allegations of criminal activity, but did issue a video apology to one-time girlfriend Cassie Ventura during the spring after graphic footage showing Combs assaulting her service in the media. Is that real?
From Combs or his.
Jesus Christ. And he posted an apology video for that? Oh, I remember when this came out. I remember people talking about this and I just never paid attention. I was effed up and I hit rock bottom. He apologized for beating her in like a YouTuber apology? Making it a YouTuber apology for beating your girlfriend? Jesus. The forward.
It's so difficult to reflect on the darkest times in your life. But sometimes you gotta do that. I was fucked up. I mean, I hit rock bottom.
Who cares? What you still beat her? Does this matter? I was in a dark place. Life in prison, no parole, and cellmates with Bo Blacks. It'd be a darker fate for Diddy than Josh.
But I make no excuses. My behavior on that video is inexcusable. I take full responsibility for my actions in that video.
How? How are you taking full responsibility? You're explaining it with being depressed. This guy should be in jail.
I'm disgusted. I was disgusted then when I did it. I'm disgusted now.
You don't seem that disgusted in the video. You seem like you were more interested in dragging her through the hallway.
I went and I sought out professional help.
He wasn't in a dark place. He probably was, but like it just doesn't matter. Like being sad or whatever is not. It doesn't matter. Like there's no justification. Did he just get sentenced? No, he got charged and arrested.
I had to go into therapy.
Statute of limitations. Yeah, I assume that ran out, but still.
I'm going to rehab. Had to ask God for His mercy and grace. I'm so sorry.
Bro, this reminds me of when the cast of that 70s show, like Mila Kunis and Ashton Kutcher, they did like that YouTuber apology. That was pretty funny. The beating is just microcosm Diddy's deeds. I mean, it seems like it. But that alone is just like, he seems like a fucking psychopath. Holy shit. At the same time, Combs has been facing a litany of civil suits alleging offenses as far back as the early 1990s. Some were brought under these specific New York laws that allowed a look-back window and extended the time alleged victims of sexual offenses could file a complaint, even long after the statutes of limitations might have lapsed. Separately, federal authorities, led by Manhattan prosecutors assigned to the U.S. Attorney's Office for the Southern District of New York, have quietly been pushing forward on a probe into Combs as the subject of an ongoing investigation into alleged human trafficking. As part of that investigation, a grand jury and investigators have been probing some of the accusations that have been made in some of the civil suits against Combs, among other things. Hey, Tom, I know you said no more songs. One of the first artists Diddy ever signed is named Joe Desi. A very famous song by him is called Freakin' You. Joe Desi? Freakin' You? No way. I wanna freak you.
Wake up feeling so horny.
Okay. That's a little on the nose. I wake up feeling so horny. Every time I close my eyes, I wake up feeling so horny. So horny. JoJo song? Is this an anime song? Bros at the Freak-Offs? Watch the Pat CC video. I am going to watch it. Every time I close my eyes, I wake up feeling so horny. I want to freak you now. I want to freak you now. I want to freak you now. JoJo Part 5. That song is crazy, bro. Holy shit. I want to freak you. Every time I close my eyes, I wake up feeling so horny. I want to freak you now. So I wake up feeling so horny. Federal authorities with Homeland Security investigations raided Combs' properties in both LA and Miami Beach on March 25th as part of their investigation, seizing electronic devices in the process. The searches of those homes sought evidence to corroborate accounts of his accusers and signaled federal prosecutors in New York believed they were close to filing charges in the case they were building. Prosecutors have interviewed a number of Diddy's accusers, including those who filed civil lawsuits. Law enforcement sources familiar with the matter told ABC News. Diddy diddled Justin Bieber, allegedly. Is that true? Diddled Justin Bieber? Justin Bieber, Diddy. I did see some video on Twitter the other day of them like hanging out, and he was, Diddy was like checking Bieber for bugs. He was like patting him up and down. Justin Bieber's 48 hours with Diddy. Oh no. Oh no. What happened, bro? What did he do? Justin, what did he do, buddy? Dude, oh shit. I can't believe I didn't know about this. This goes deep. This goes fucking deep. All right, so now we're going to go through the various complaints. So Cassie Ventura, this is the girl that we saw a video of him beating. Complaint filed on November 16th, 2023. Former longtime girlfriend Cassie Ventura filed a civil suit against Combs alleging years of physical, sexual, and emotional abuse, saying she'd endured over a decade of his violent behavior and disturbed demands and was trapped by Mr. Combs in a cycle of abuse, violence, and sex trafficking. Ventura's suit alleged that Combs had raped her, often punched, beat, kicked, and stomped on her, forced Miss Ventura to engage in sex acts with male sex workers while masturbating and filming the encounters, and introduced Miss Ventura to a lifestyle of excessive alcohol and substance abuse, and required her to procure illicit prescriptions to satisfy his own addictions. Jesus. I want to buy your merch, but it's sold out. Will it be back in stock soon? No promises. That's the way it goes with the merch. When it drops, you got to get it right away. Right away, or it's going to sell out. We do very limited drops. I'm happy that it sold out, though. It was good to see. It should all be shipped now, by the way. I actually got to get back to my merch guy. Every time I close my eyes, I wake up feeling so horny. I'm so horny, I'm gonna goon. I wake up feeling so horny. I'm gonna goon. How many uses did you sell? I think we did 600 shirts and 600 hats ish. I think was the order we did. I don't remember. I'm on speaker, Tom. Stop. I'm gooning. I can't stop gooning with my stream. My dad made me goon today. I can't stop gooning all day. Combs vehemently denied the allegations. A day after filming, Ventura's suit was settled, both parties saying it had been resolved amicably. In May, hotel surveillance footage taken in 2016 and obtained by CNN allegedly showed Combs physically assault Ventura during an altercation that aligned closely with allegations in her previous suit. 2 days later, Combs released a video on Instagram acknowledging the footage and apologizing. So this is the thing we saw already. Joy Dickerson. Her name is Dickerson. Joy Dickerson. Her dog pack came from the Beetlejuice table base. That's so awesome. That's so cool. I think that's accurate. One day before the Adult Survivors Act. What is the Adult Survivors Act? I assume this is about extending statute of limitations on stuff. The Adult Survivors Act is a New York state legislation enacted in May 2022, which amends state law to allow alleged victims of sexual offenses for which the statute of limitations has lapsed to file civil suits for a 1 year period from November 24th, 2022 to November 24th, 2023. So it was a 1 year thing. Civil suit, not criminal. Amazing singing. Thanks. One day before it was scheduled to expire, Joy Dickerson Neal filed suit against Combs, accusing him of drugging and raping her in 1991 when she was a college student at Syracuse University. She alleged in the suit that Combs videotaped the assault and distributed it to others in the music industry. Jesus. A spokesperson for Combs denied the allegations, calling the case a last-minute lawsuit, an example of how a well-intentioned law can be turned on its head. All right. Liza Gardner. Liza Gardner is our next one. Her name is Skylar White, yo. Her name is Skylar White. This is serious, by the way. I don't mean to make light of this, but you got to get your sound effects on lock sometimes. Liza Gardner filed a lawsuit against Combs, claiming that he and a singer-songwriter both took turns raping her and a friend one night in the early 1990s. The suit said Gardner and her friend met Combs and the singer-songwriter at an MCA Records event, was invited back to the singer-songwriter's apartment for an after-party, and there was offered more drinks and coerced into having sex with Combs.
Oh my God!
When Combs was done, the suit... I'm sorry. I gotta lock in. When Combs was done, the suit says the singer-songwriter barged into the room, pinned her down, and forced Liza Gardner to have sex with him. And when Combs finished, he and the singer-songwriter switched, and they commenced assaulting Liza Gardner's girlfriend. Jesus Christ. Days later, the suit said Combs tracked Gardner and the friend down where they were staying because he was worried her actions would be exposed to his girlfriend. Combs was irate and began assaulting and choking Gardner to the point she passed out. I gotta close these. I can't have these available to me. Realistically speaking. A spokesperson for Combs said these are fabricated claims falsely alleging misconduct from over 30 years ago and filed at the last minute. This is nothing but a money grab. Because of Combs' fame and success, he's an easy target for anonymous accusers who lie without conscience or consequence for financial benefit. The New York legislature surely did not intend or expect the Adult Survivors Act to be exploited by scammers. The public should be skeptical and not rush to accept these bogus allegations. The problem is when there's so many, like, I don't really know anything about Diddy, so I'm kind of coming in here from a normie perspective. But after seeing the video of him beating a girl, you can already tell he's not a very moral person in general. And on top of that, like, just because there's so many allegations doesn't mean someone's guilty. But if there are so many, it does make you wonder, like, why are so many of these people who seemingly don't know each other or independent, why are all of them making claims about Diddy, you know? Why are so many of them doing this? Are you into docking, Tom? Yes, I am, obviously. Jane Doe. Combs, a business associate, and a third defendant are named in a complaint by a woman identified as Jane Doe, who alleged in 2003, when she was 17, she was sex trafficked and gang raped by Combs, the associate, and a third assailant. Yeah, the thing is, like, they're so consistent. They're all sexual impropriety. They all seemingly involve drugs. They all involve straight up gang rape. Like, it's insane. Where there's smoke, there's fire. Not necessarily. The smoke can be fake, but in this case, it's like, it's not just smoke. It's a forest fire. You know, it's a fucking forest fire of crazy stuff going on. In a post to Instagram, Combs denied the allegations, saying enough is enough. For the last couple of weeks, I've sat silently and watched people try to assassinate my character, destroy my reputation and legacy, he said. Sickening allegations have been made against me by individuals looking for a quick payday. Let me be clear, I did not do any of the awful things being alleged. I will fight for my name, family, and for the truth. I did not do any of the awful things being alleged. Rodney Lil Rod Jones. So this is a guy. So we've transcended from women to gay allegations, all right? Even worse. Jesus Christ. Music producer Rodney Lil Rod Jones sued Combs, accusing him in graphic detail of unwanted sexual contact and of forcing him to hire prostitutes and to take part in sex acts with them. While working on Combs' Love album during 2022 and 2023, Jones alleges Combs grabbed his genitals without consent, that he also tried to groom him into having sex with another man, telling him it was normal practice in the music industry. Jeez. Cat Black is that his name? Cat Black? Cat Williams. Cat Black. Cat Williams is rolling over in his living grave or whatever. Isn't this the kind of stuff he talks about? He talks about how his claim is, like, in the entertainment industry, black men are often encouraged heavily and pressured into dressing as women to, like, mock them, basically. Jesus. Attorneys for Combs have sought to dismiss Jones's suit, claiming the music producer's complaint is an attempt to dress up a run-of-the-mill commercial disagreement as a salacious RICO conspiracy to siphon money from the rap mogul. An attorney for Combs, Erica Wolf, mocked Jones's lawsuit as more than 100 pages of countless tall tales, shameless celebrity name drops, and irrelevant images that lacks a single viable claim. They say the lawsuit is pure fiction, a shameless attempt to create media hype and extract a quick settlement. There was no RICO conspiracy. Mr. Jones was not threatened, groomed, or assaulted. We look forward to proving in a court of law that all of Mr. Jones' claims are made up and must be dismissed. So most of these are ongoing to this day, right? It looks like it. And then he's been arrested as well. So I don't even know. I guess when he's in jail, he would still be brought to civil court to pay, you know, physically speaking, to address the allegations, to talk about it. They could drag him out of jail to court, but there's so much. There's so many different claims being made. Grace Marseille. Grace. A lawsuit against Sean Combs' younger son, Christian, alleged he sexually assaulted Grace, a yacht worker, while she attended to the Combs family on a holiday outing in 2022. The suit accused Combs of aiding and abetting and premise liability, since he rented the yacht and included 10 other unnamed people as defendants. The suit claimed there were recordings of the encounter and described in graphic detail the alleged sexual assault in the yacht's cinema room after Christian Combs allegedly forced her to take a tequila shot. She said she suspected it was spiked with drugs. The suit noted Rodney Jones was on the yacht at the time and made audio recordings of Christian Combs drugging and essaying Omarcy. The filings include images of bruises Omarcy said she suffered when Kristen Combs was violently grabbing her and attempting to force her to perform oral sex. Aaron Dyer, attorney for Christian and Sean Combs, said in a statement that this is just another lewd and meritless claim from lawyer Tyrone Blackburn, just like what he filed in the Rodney Jones lawsuit, which he has still not served. The complaint is filed with the same kind of manufactured lies and irrelevant facts you come to expect from Blackburn. This is exactly why the federal judge in New York slapped him 2 days ago for a pattern of behavior and improperly filing cases in federal court to garner media attention, embarrass defendants with salacious allegations, and pressure defendants to settle quickly, and why he was referred to the disciplinary committee in the Southern District of New York. We'll be filing a motion to dismiss this outrageous claim. Rip too mad? True. We're only halfway through the allegations. Crystal McKinney is the latest one we've got to look at here. A former model named Crystal McKinney accused Combs of essaying her in 2003 at his recording studio in New York when she was 22. The suit alleged McKinney met Combs at a Fashion Week event at Cipriani downtown, where he was flirtatious, bordering on leering, plied her with alcohol, and later that night requested her presence at his studio. McKinney arrived there, finding Combs and others drinking and smoking, which she also smoked, and according to the suit, later came to understand Combs had laced it with a narcotic or other intoxicating substance. The suit alleged Combs demanded demand did she follow him and physically led her to the bathroom where he forced her to perform oral sex, claiming the assault has caused lifelong harm, severe depression, and substance abuse, and that Combs blackballed her from the industry. Did he do it or not? Good question, Richter. We're trying to find out today, okay? We're trying to find out, did he do it or not? Shut up and stop edging me. Do a 2Mad video? Yeah. If only I had made a 2Mad video, right? Imagine if I had done that. That would have been crazy. That would have been absolutely insane. Gooning is a lifestyle for me? Based. Well, it's definitely a lifestyle for Diddy, but the question is, was the gooning forced onto others? Did they consent to gooning, or were they attempting to edge, and he, pushed them into a situation where they had no choice but to goon with him, and they didn't want to do it. April Lampros, another one. A woman named April filed a civil suit accusing Combs of drugging and essaying her after she met him more than 20 years ago while she was a student in New York. Lampros claimed that she met Combs in 1994 while studying at the Fashion Institute of Technology, and he had made promises of helping her career and love-bombed her with gifts and flowers, including a picture of one Valentine's Day card signed with "Love from Puffy." But what were kind gestures quickly turned into aggressive, coercive, and abusive relationship based on sex, according to Lampros, who was in fear of him, and that throughout the years there were 4 terrifying sexual encounters, including allegedly being assaulted by the hip-hop mogul, and including one where she was forced to take ecstasy and have sex with his former girlfriend, Kim Porter. Okay. Derek Lee Cardeo Smith. Cardello, I don't know which one this is. A Michigan inmate claims Combs drugged and assaulted him at a party in Detroit in June 1997. He says he met Combs while he was working as a bartender and was invited to a party where he drank with Combs and some women, and they later engaged in group sex. The suit claims Combs offered Cardello Smith a drink that he believes was spiked, that he passed out, and woke up to Combs having anal sex with a woman and telling him, "I did this to you too." Whoa! Whoa! You meet Diddy, you drink with him, you wake up suddenly 12 hours later, and he's fucking a girl in the ass in front of you, and he's like, "I just did that to you?" What the hell? Hashtag never goon, dude. I think the message is more important than ever if you ask me, okay? Stop fucking gooning, guys. You never know what situation you could fall into here, all right? No gooning allowed. Gooning culture can lead to situations like this. You don't want to be involved. You don't want to be involved whatsoever. In early September, he was awarded a $100 million default judgment, a judgment made when a party fails to take action, either by not responding to summons or failure to appear in court. But a few days later, his lawyers fought back, seeking to set aside the judgment, saying Combs was never informed of the suit and only learned of it through the media. The lawyers said the allegations are incoherent and unbelievable. Okay, so he was awarded a default judgment, but Diddy is not paid out, seemingly. He said, "I never even knew about it." Adria English, a former adult actress, Adria English, filed a lawsuit accusing Combs of sex trafficking, and also named a woman accused of being to Combs what Ghislaine Maxwell was to Jeffrey Epstein. Okay. So the Epstein similarities are coming together here for sure. They're all coming together. English alleged that she met Combs while she was working as a dancer at the Hustler Club in New York in the early 2000s, and her then boyfriend, an aspiring model, auditioned for Sean John, a company run by Combs, and was told he could work if English agreed to dance at Diddy parties hosted in the Hamptons and in Miami. But she did not agree to a lifetime of aftermath of being used as a sexual pawn for the pleasure and financial benefit of others. English said she was forced to drink alcohol and consume drugs and then passed off to be sexually assaulted, specifically from 2004 2009. And during that time period, she was sex trafficked by Combs and others. Holy shit, it just keeps going. Dawn Richard is the last allegation. A former bandmate of Combs is accused him of terrorizing and sexually abusing her in a lawsuit that also alleged she witnessed him beating his ex-girlfriend, Cassie. Well, it does seem he beat her. It's on video. That does seem to be the case. She said in her lawsuit, on numerous occasions, she witnessed Combs brutally beat his girlfriend. Persistent abuse included choking and strangling her, striking her with hands and with objects, slapping her, punching her, throwing items at her, including a scalding hot pan. On many occasions, Miss Richard tried to intervene, offering her support and encouragement to leave him. Each time, Combs learned of her efforts to help her and became enraged, threatening her life in such statements as, "You want to die today," and "I make N-words go missing," and "I end people." Jesus Christ. Richard accused Diddy of exploiting her while withholding her earnings, stealing her copyrighted works, and subjecting her to years of inhumane working conditions, which included groping, assault, and false imprisonment, among other violations. Wow. When Miss Richard, on her Danity Kane bandmate, requested meals or rest, Mr. Combs refused and chastised them with derogatory comments like, "You bitches don't want this," or "Y'all are not hungry enough," and "I'm paying you bitches to work." Combs denied the series of false claims in Richard's lawsuit in a statement provided by his attorney, according to the Washington Post. Wow. And ABC News' Luke Barr contributed to this report. Report by Sasha Pezanik, Josh Margolin, and Aaron Katursky. Very interesting article by them. Well, we do have a video by Patrick CC about Diddy I've been wanting to watch. The Diddy Files. I have not seen much of this, but we have this picture of Diddy is very funny. Someone pointed out the other day on Twitter, I think, that Diddy looks like Yakub. And frankly, I couldn't agree more. He does look like Yakub. That does seem to be the case. If you look up P. Diddy, There's like this meme picture of him. Yeah, this picture, okay? And then you look up Yakub, which is an evil scientist who created white people, as we all know. I mean, I personally do see the similarities, okay? He's got that big head. He's got many brains, in my opinion. I'm doom scrolling so we don't have to. Am I doom scrolling? Is that what this is? I feel like I'm allegation maxing, rather. But I do want to watch this.
Sean Diddy Combs has had the extremely powerful executive Sean Diddy Combs has had an ominous presence in the music industry for the past 30 years. From his suspicious involvement in the demise of Tupac and Biggie, his secretive ritualistic parties in the backrooms, as well as numerous accidental confessions, has made the public pre-decide that he is guilty of all accusations against him. Not only have multiple women filed formal lawsuits alleging him of violent sexual assault and humiliation, but now the federal government raided his home as they investigate his involvement in a global sex trafficking operation. Technically, at the moment, he is not.
Keep in mind, by the way, this video is 5 months old. So Diddy was recently arrested and held without bail, but this is 5 months old. So this stuff's been going on for, I mean, the allegations have been going on for as many as 20 years, but this video, even with almost 3 million views, is from 5 months ago and it's still going on. It's still raging.
Being charged of
Diddy's allegation maxing. I guess he is doing a little better of allegation maxing. Where to find live VOD? Become a member on the YouTube channel. Tom Dark here.
Of any crime, but any day now, Diddy could feel the wrath of the American justice system. Today, we are going to unearth the secrets he never wanted the world to know, with the goal of determining one thing: did he do it or not? It's first very important to understand Diddy's potential involvement in the murders of Tupac and Biggie, because if you believe those allegations to be true, everything that happens afterwards makes total sense. In the mid-90s, Diddy, also known as Sean Puffy Combs, was in the middle of the infamous East Coast vs. West Coast hip-hop rivalry. It all began with East Coast rapper and Bad Boy Records signee, the Notorious B.I.G., versus his enemy, West Coast rapper and Death Row Records signee, Tupac Shakur. And it ended with both of them being assassinated via drive-by shootings. Biggie's murder remains unsolved to this day, but in 2023 we learned that Keefe D was the shot caller for the group of individuals that killed Tupac.
What is the deal with Tupac? I know he's a rapper, obviously. Seems like kind of a silly question to ask, but he had some charges against him or something, I thought. Okay, I did find it. Tupac served 8 months in prison on sexual abuse charges, but was released pending an appeal of his conviction. Following his release, he signed to Marion Suge Knight's label Death Row Records. Okay, so he filed an appeal and got out. What was the actual claim against him? 2010. Did Tupac assault someone? In November 1993, Tupac Shakur and members of his entourage were charged with essaying a female fan who will later be identified as Ayanna Jackson. The Brooklyn woman, who had previous sexual relations with the West Coast star a few days earlier, claimed she was raped by Pac and his entourage when she met them at a hotel at New York's Parker Meridian Hotel. The late rhymer claimed the encounter was consensual through the entirety of the court proceedings, and even pled his case to the public by talking about it on the Arsenio Hall show. But findings of the case implied otherwise.
All about. I saw him the other day, and we threw a little love at each other because we both going through a lot right now. Yeah. We go way back, man. First time you were here, you were with Digital Underground.
Where did he actually talk about the charges? Consent, rape. Here we go.
The girl who claims that what did she claim?
Can't even say it, man.
Okay. But technically it's a rape case.
Yes. Okay. It's a case in where I have females saying that I can't say it, but okay. It just bothers me so much, you know what I'm saying, to go through my life and everything I did in my life, coming out of a family and a household with just women, to get to this point, to have a woman say that I took something from her. You know what I'm saying? Because I know.
Okay, word on the street is that you had a relationship with this woman prior to all this friction.
I guess you could say that's a relationship. I bumped in a club, you know. I seen her in a club, and something happened in the club, I can't say.
He said, I didn't have a police record till I made a record. They're not actually going to go into the details of the allegations. Claims she was raped by Pac and his entourage. Rapper faces terms in prison for sex abuse. View on Times Machine. Here we go. Got the article. This is old as fuck. We're looking through old articles now, chat. Rapper faces prison term for abuse. The rap star Tupac Shakur was sentenced yesterday to 1.5 to 4.5 years in prison for sexually abusing a fan, and he tearfully apologized to his victim. But even as he apologized, he said he had committed no crime. Looking fully recovered from gunshot wounds suffered in a mugging the week he was on trial, the 23-year-old performer used his pre-sentencing address to ruminate that his success as a rapper and film actor had perhaps caused him to lose focus. The rap performer, famous for his lyrics that often deal with violence and sex, then said he was leaving his fate to God. Mr. Shakur and his road manager, Charles Fuller, 24, were convicted December 1st of first-degree sexual abuse. when they were acquitted of weapons and sodomy charges. Mr. Shakur must serve 18 months on sex abuse charges before he's eligible for parole. Interesting. Mr. Shakur's statement followed an emotional one by the victim in this case, a 21-year-old Brooklyn woman who Mr. Shakur was found guilty of groping in his room at the Parker Meridian Hotel on November 18th, 1993, when she was 19. I was starstruck and in awe of this man, and the woman said in a firm, steady voice, explaining why she had gone to the hotel. He took advantage of his stardom to continue on page 83. Where is it continued? People, organizations, Tupac, Shakur, Tupac. Yeah, so I have this part. Where is the other part? 83? It said continue on page 83, but I don't have page 80. Wait, does it say, oh, B3? Is it B3? 3. Wait, what did it actually say? Is it B3? So just 3? Whatever. We're going to keep watching. You get the idea. There was an allegation. He did get arrested, went to jail, eventually appealed, got out.
Although we do not know the specific details.
Page 23? Did it say 23? Okay, wait, hold on. I actually need to know now. Did it say? I thought it said B. I couldn't read it. Tupac, page 23. Oh, here we go. We do have it. Okay. Abused me and betrayed my trust. The case grew out of an encounter between the woman and Mr. Shakur and 3 other men, including Mr. Fuller, in a hotel room on the 38th floor of the Parker Meridian. The woman testified she had consensual oral with Mr. Shakur at a nightclub 4 days earlier, but in the hotel room, she said Mr. Shakur wanted to share her with his friends, who forced themselves onto her. The defense said that she had just made the accusation out of jealousy when she saw Shakur with another woman. In another statement, in State Supreme Court in Manhattan, the woman said that Mr. Shakur and the 3 friends set upon me like animals. Wow. All right. Well, we finished that quote. We got it, chat. We freaking got it. Goddamn in the skib-riz.
As to why these 2 rap legends were killed, through all the theories, key information, and first-hand recollections from friends and witnesses of both murders indicate that Sean Combs had involvement in both murders. Biggie and Tupac were friendly and actually respected each other at first. Tupac had begun rapping in 1991 and within 2 years already had earned a platinum album. Biggie was a crack dealer who recorded freestyles for fun, until someone sent his tapes to Puffy, who signed him to Bad Boy Records for $25,000. Puffy was also able to use his status in the music industry to connect Big and Pac. Pac became a mentor to Biggie. He once even asked him to be his manager.
I was there, nigga. I trained the nigga. Used to be under me like my lieutenant. The nigga, I used to come to New York. I used to do shows and let the nigga come on before I did Keep Your Head Up and Get Around. Because nobody knew the nigga in New York. And I used to tell the nigga, yo, if you want to make your money, you gotta rap for the bitches. Do not rap for the niggas. I told the nigga, don't rap for the niggas. Rap for the bitches. The bitches will buy your records and the niggas want what the bitches want. So all of a sudden he changed from being listen to party and bullshit, listen to his style. He changed from that to Big Papa.
Pac believed
that's definitely true. Women do buy the records, they buy the t-shirts, okay? If you want to know what's next up in culture, unironically pay attention to what like 16 to 23-year-old women are listening to, okay? What's the next big thing? I'd say it's Chappell Roan, all right? Because they're who buys albums, they're who buys shirts, they're who obsesses over music artists. That's how you see what's up. Okay, if you know what white women are listening to, you have the world in the palm of your hand. Truly, Sabrina Carpenter. Yeah, there you go.
Believes that Biggie used him as a blueprint, changed his whole style, persona, and music to be more aligned with Tupac. Many people speculated that Diddy also had a slight obsession with Tupac. He started dripping himself in Versace after Tupac did it first. He also got romantically involved in women after Tupac had ran through them first.
Ran through them first? After he had ran through them. Well, based on what that girl said, it seems like ran through may be the term. Ran through, Jesus Christ.
Sarah Chapman, who ran around with Tupac in the 90s and is now the mother of one of Diddy's children. Pac's claims aged like fine wine when recently the internet figured out that Biggie's most successful hit, Juicy, was actually stolen by a Mississippi-based artist called Notorious B.1, who released a song called Big Daddy a year before Juicy that sounds exactly the same.
Whoa. Wait, that is the song.
Is it a coincidence that Notorious B.1 and Notorious B.I.G. are very similar, and this song is called Big Daddy, and Biggie started going by Big Papa? But many people believe this was the mastermind of Diddy, as he was a music industry expert who knew how to scout talent and assess.
So they're saying he was ripping from the culture, and he was giving it to these bigger stars, and he was giving it to them so that they could then make money off of it. Interesting. The way Diddy says, "Why don't we hang out anymore?" always gives me the big "Where's my hug" energy. Hashtag Goon Forever. Dude, he is on some Goon Forever shit. What is this guy's net worth? How much money did he actually make? P. Diddy net worth. I don't know if this is going to be accurate, but we'll look it up. We'll see what comes up. 400 million? It was 740 million in 2019. That's so much money. What the fuck? Chat! I'm sorry. Diddy got me temporarily. Diddy got me real quick. We're back now, though. Dude, I got Diddied. I got sent to the freak off. The Diddy deep state's trying to silence you. I think that's true. You weren't born in 1992. I was born in 2008. I'm 9 years old. I'm 9 years old, in case you didn't know. I'm a 9-year-old boy. I love my family, my friends, and my feastables. That's all I care about, okay? But you guys knew this. You guys already knew this.
A hit song before anyone else heard it. They believe Puffy instructed his artist to steal from Notorious B.I.G., and Biggie trusted his boss and mentor. Pac and Big's rivalry began as a music-based competition. Who had more music sales, who had the better fashion, media representation, and cultural influence. But due to gangster rap creeping into the mainstream and the two being surrounded by legitimate gangsters, tensions escalated to life-threatening.
8 + 9 = 24. I think that's true.
And conflict. In November 1994, Tupac was on his way to record some music at Quad Studios in New York City. Coincidentally, Biggie was there recording with Junior Mafia, which was a group of 4 friends that Big knew since their childhood. Puffy was there too, since Big was his artist, and anything that Big
Why does he look retarded? Why are his eyes like that? His eyes look crazy.
Writes or records is technically owned by the Bad Boy label. Allegedly, a man by the name of Jimmy Henchman, who is now serving
Jimmy
life in
Henchman
prison, was planning a robbery.
His name is Jimmy Henchman. His name is that his real name? His name is Henchman. How did they not know that guy was guilty? I mean, come on. His name is literally fucking Henchman. I think we knew. I think we knew way ahead of time. My name is Tom Criminal. My last name is Criminal. I'm an upstanding citizen. Your Honor, my name may be Tom the Hitman Gooner Swanson, okay? But I'm not guilty of these crimes. Did I choose that name? Maybe I did. Is it possible I did something? Maybe. But you have no proof other than the mountain of evidence.
On Tupac, since Pac owed him some money. Many speculate that Jimmy told Puffy what was about to happen, but Puffy did not try to stop it. When Pac was outside the studio, he looked up and realized rapper Lil Cease, who is best friends with Biggie, was yelling at him from above. He was
names are
excited
crazy.
to see him because they were friends. He told him he was going to go downstairs and meet him in the lobby. Pac got to the lobby downstairs when some men attempted to rob him at gunpoint, which quickly led to conflict and Pac being shot 5 times.
In the middle of that trial, Shakur was gunned down, shot 5 times in what he claimed was a murder attempt and police called a robbery.
As the police did their investigation, you can see Diddy looking around scanning the area with his head down. Keep in mind that after Tupac was shot, he got in the elevator and went upstairs where dozens of Bad Boy affiliates were located. Pac was interviewed by Vibe magazine detailing the night he was shot and the energy of the people around him while he was bleeding out. Because Andre Harrell was there, Puffy was there, Biggie, nobody approached me. I noticed that nobody would look at me. Andre Harrell wouldn't look at me. I had been going to dinner with him the last few days. Puffy was standing back too. I knew Puffy. He knew how much stuff I had done for Biggie before he came out. Based on Tupac's words here, fans in the media believe that he was hinting that Biggie and Puffy might be behind the attack, which bothered Big and Puff since publicly at this point they were still friends.
Tupac article had me pissed off, you know what I'm saying? And the rumors that's spreading is on some tip like we set him up, you know what I'm saying? And that's crazy. It's just ridiculous, you know what I'm saying? But
this guy is so goddamn fat. Why is he so fat? What was he eating? I guess he was smoking crack. I thought crack made you skinny. Or he was selling crack. Why is he so fat though? He's too fat to even breathe. He's too fat to speak. He sounds like he has peanut butter in his mouth. Why is Biggie so fat? That's his whole thing. Well, maybe he should get a new thing. I'm gonna be jacked smalls. I'm gonna be jacked mid, okay? As you all know, I'm great at freestyling, so I think that'll be my rapper name, Jacked Mid. He's dead. That's what they say. I've heard reports that he's been hanging out at my local Chili's. Okay, I've heard reports that Biggie Smalls should have been Biggie Big, if you ask me. I've heard reports that he personally is only getting fatter, and he's been pigging out on he's been chilling out on Chili's Southwest egg rolls. His name isn't Notorious Small. Well, it is Biggie. Isn't it the Notorious B.I.G. Biggie Smalls isn't the same guy? His name is Lil Doughy Physique based. You watching Tom? Why is this guy so fat based? Bariatric surgery was calling his name. He needs the boogie surgery. Yeah, he needs the boogie gastric bypass.
But I also understand that if you was to get shot 5 times, mine is just completely spinning. You know what I'm saying? You're real confused about your situation. So it'll cause you to say things that you really don't mean.
To make things worse, a few months later, Pac was found guilty of sexual assault and would end up serving 9 months in prison. This gave him tons of time to think and reevaluate his life. To add insult to injury,
why are they all like terrible people to varying degrees? Like Tupac is probably a great person in comparison to P. Diddy, but still, I guess it is gangster rap for a reason. It is literally like glorifying organized crime, but like, why are they all just like terrible people? Every single one.
Biggie released his iconic cutthroat track called Hushacha, which felt like an obvious diss towards Tupac, but technically it was recorded before Pac got shot, but it was marketed and released months after the incident. Regardless, the media developed the narrative that Big and Puffy set up the shooting and now released a diss record bragging about their hit, and Puff's full intentions were to stir up drama, as can be confirmed by the former president of Bad Boy Records.
Biggie might not have thought that when he wrote the lyrics that was going to be used for that, but the way it was marketed by the company and released in the succession of things that were going on that we were dealing with on all the levels that we were dealing, that record did what it was supposed to do. And that's a perfect example of how my former business partner works and thinks.
Pac was sitting in jail already thinking that they set him up, and the release of this song was all the proof he needed. But this wasn't the only shooting that Puffy was involved in. It's also important to know that Tupac signed to Death Row Records while in prison after the label owner Suge Knight promised to use his money to get Pac released. As they were in the process of getting Pac out, Suge Knight and his best friend Jake Robles, aka Big Jake, were at the Platinum nightclub and
not to defend P. Diddy, but it seems to me like the claims that he was directly involved with the shooting are, or even indirectly, are like extremely circumstantial. Obviously, there could be motivation for it, but wouldn't he stand more to gain from him living and continuing to make money off of him from like being signed to his record label than he would from anything else? Like if I'm P. Diddy, right, my master manipulator move is not to get these people killed, it's to maintain, you know, their lives for as long as I can so I can squeeze them for as much money as possible, right? That seems like the way to do it. This seems like the master manipulator way to do it. Why do you breathe so loud? I'm fat and gay.
In Atlanta, Suge confronted Puffy at the club.
Tupac wasn't signed to Diddy? Yeah, I know. I'm aware of that. But wouldn't the idea to be to get him signed eventually? Because if he's dead, you can't make money off of it. It's an ego, jealousy. It could be, for sure. Life insurance payout? Well, I mean, I don't think Diddy would get the life insurance payout for someone who's not in his family. Diddy and Suge hated each other. So you think it was part of this East Coast, West Coast rivalry, essentially, is what you're saying? All right. They always somewhere after the rapper dies. That's a good point. They actually do. I mean, I you know, like I know Tupac wasn't signed to Diddy's label, but you're right. I didn't even think about that because all like so many rappers, so much money is made off of them after they die. Like XXXTentacion, how many like posthumous album and song releases did they do? I feel like it was like 30. Do women cook anymore? Not in my experience. Interesting.
And was choking him. Puffy's bodyguard, Anthony Wolf Jones, steps in to defend him, and then things got out of hand. Next thing you know, shots are being fired, and Suge's friend Big Jake was shot and killed. Whether or not Wolf shot Jake has never been confirmed, but Suge was holding Puffy responsible for the attack, which was enough to now ignite a feud between the two executives. Quick sidebar, recently fans have noticed that Puffy's firstborn biological son, Justin Combs, looks a lot like Wolf. How does your son look more like your best friend than you? Anyways, in October...
Wait, does he? Hold on. Wait, he kind of does. Wait, he actually looks just like him. The lips, the like cheekbones, the way they're set, the distance between the bottom of their lip, like is the philtrum is above the lip, right? But the distance between the bottom of their lip and their chin, the hairline is the exact same. They do look super similar. Their noses look exactly the same too. They have the same exact kind of arch and everything. The gonial angle is on point. They do look exactly the same. What the fuck? Well, what did his mom look like? I guess that's a good question to ask, but he does look a lot like him. Even the ears look pretty similar. Am I schizo? They look super similar.
Wolf, how does your son look more like your...
Yeah, he doesn't look like Diddy at all. He looks a lot like this dude on the right. Holy shit.
Best friend than you. Anyways, in October 1995, Tupac got out of prison and he wanted war.
I have no fear. I have only ambition, and I want mine, and I will do anything to protect and feed my family. And these niggas represent a threat.
Pac got out and immediately started taunting and scheming on Bad Boy Records as much as possible. In the days after his release from prison, he jumped into the studio to record his next album, All Eyes on Me, and he talked about the anticipated tracks.
Two of America's Most Wanted with me and Snoop. That's gonna be a humdinger, right? Shorty Wanna Be a Thug. That's gonna be a big one. And Wonder Why They Call You Bitch with Faith. That's gonna be a big one.
Oh fuck, there is one. This is like unrelated. There is one song I like from this era. I think the first time I heard it was in like a meme edit or something from Emp Lemon, and then I actually started listening to it here and there. It was a good day. It's not by any of these people. It's Ice Cube, right? Yeah. At least I didn't have to use my AK. This is a great song. I like this one. Okay. This song, when you wake up in the morning, okay, you have your coffee, you're on your way to the gym. This is the song. The beat is crazy. The music video is good too. Okay. The aesthetics are good. This is good, all right? I like this. This is Kino culture, okay? Seriously. That's a good song.
He mentions Faith, aka Faith Evans, who was married to Biggie for over a year at this point. Imagine your wife jumps in the studio.
80s to 90s rap sounds like nursery rhymes. It does, and I like it.
With your biggest enemy 1 week after he gets out of jail. Pac was also seen with Faith Evans at Whitney Houston's album release party. The rumor is that Biggie cheated on Faith and that she was trying to get back at him by cheating with Pac. Pac also allegedly started messing around with Mary J. Blige, who was a close friend and business partner with Puffy. Then Death Row Records held a Christmas party in 1995 where
they all
a close
fucking each
friend of
other's
Puffy,
bitches.
Mark Anthony Bell, was mercilessly beaten and forced to drink urine after refusing to give
Suge Knight confirms him and Tupac forced P. Diddy, best friend, to drink 20 shots of urine, then beat him up. Oh my God. The brutality. The brutality, dude. The Mafia cannot compare. They forced him to drink piss? 20 shots of piss. Not one shot, not two shots, not 10. 20 shots of piss? How do you force him to drink 20 shots of piss without throwing up? When he just die or something? You drink 20 shots of piss?
Suge Puffy's mother's address. Tupac and Death Row did not let off the gas. At the 1996 Soul Train Awards, Biggie won the award for Song of the Year, and Tupac won Best Rap Album of the Year. After Big got his award, he took some pictures backstage and then exited the venue because he had to go to the airport to catch a flight. And that's when Pac and Suge pulled up in a Hummer, taunting them.
While we was waiting for the car to pull up, Suge and Tupac pulled up in the Hummer, and Tupac was really loud, yelling West Side, curse.
I never understand why these people can't, like, this is still a problem in hip hop because I've watched Brandon's videos, so I know kind of the deets, right? I know the general vibe. These people make so much money. They make tens of millions, if not hundreds of millions of dollars, and they can't just all like squash their beef and settle it. Like, business is too good at that point, you would think, to be selling drugs and pushing crack and murdering each other. Like with so many of the hip hop dudes, this is the thing, right? It's like they come from a rough area, they blow up off the music, and they just can't put it aside for whatever reason. They can't put, that's where they get the money. Well, maybe at the start, yeah, but surely you make more money from selling music than you would from selling crack. But there's no reason to keep doing this. I guess it's not super easy to just leave it behind instantly, but you would think you would want to slowly start phasing out of this kind of shit. What do you mean by these people? Very funny. Hip hop artists, okay? Don't make it a racial thing. It's because that's how they grew up. That's where all their friends and associates are with, and they get respect for being in the street culture. Plus, they're often associated with crime bosses. Yeah, I mean, it is super hard to escape where you grew up and like the culture behind it, and it is extremely difficult. As time has passed, and I see the way that people act in general, I've ascribed way more of people's like actions to their environment rather than like how they ideally should be acting. Like the way someone grows up in the first 15 to 20 years of their life is typically going to solidify how they act for the rest of their life. You know, this is even a thing like I'll be sympathetic to fat people. Okay. Fat people, if you grow up and your parents are feeding you slop all the time and like you're just fat and your parents are fat and you have a horrible diet, breaking that kind of thing when you're older, like as bad as you may want to, is like extremely difficult, you know? So I do have sympathy. I do have sympathy for fat people. For sure, because if you grow up just eating complete slop and you're a fat ass, you know, that's what you do for the first 20 years of your life, it's almost like baked into your genetics. It's extremely hard to escape that at some point. Also, if you never got a good education or role models, it's hard to do things that seem like common sense. Yeah, of course, because your role models that you've been like programmed with environmentally are all scumbags. So you just think that that's the cool thing to do. You know, you can't fathom breaking that conditioning. Here's your daily allowance. Thank you very much.
Yelling a bunch of stuff, and Suge came from the other side and was like trying to actually walk up to us saying he just want to talk to Big, like want to talk, but of course everybody got in front. You know, it's a little yelling and arguing for a minute, but police and everybody got in front, kind of stopped everything.
Despite Biggie's gangster lyrics, he was really a chill dude who didn't want to beef with Pac. Remember, he looked up to him. He always thought they were friends, but as we were speculating, he seemed to be a pawn in a much bigger operation.
He knows you sent somebody to shoot him that first time. Is that true or false?
Why? No, it's false. Why would I do that?
Okay. Do you think he was just hyping a record, or you have no idea?
I don't know what was the problem. I wasn't inside his head at the time. I don't really know what's the reason for him.
Tupac was a man on fire, a man who he believes was wrongfully convicted of a crime he didn't commit, was constantly being slandered by the media, and now feels was being disrespected by his biggest enemies, on top of being surrounded by real gangsters. He released a music video alongside Snoop Dogg called Two of America's Most Wanted, which featured a skit mocking Biggie and Puff.
Pop, please don't kill me. It was Buff's idea. No, man. I'm just a rapper, man. Please don't take me out the game.
Interesting that Tupac himself instructed the Biggie actor in the 90s to say it was Puff's idea, as if he knew the truth. Then Pac released one of the most abrasive and iconic diss tracks of all time, Hit 'Em Up. He starts off the song claiming he had sex with Biggie's wife and then directly
So there's all these little breadcrumbs about P. Diddy, basically, that I guess at the time nobody picked up on, or if they did, it just wasn't a super big conversation. But there were all these little breadcrumbs of like, you know, we're all players in the game, but the real puppet master is P. Diddy, basically. This is super interesting lore. Because you know, like I said, I don't listen to this music, so I wouldn't even know about any of it.
He called Biggie, Puffy, and Junior Mafia all bitches, along with various other
Watch Tupac sightings. Tupac sightings. Is this a? I guess obviously people think he's still been seen. Dude, documentary claims he's alive, hiding in New Mexico. I highly doubt that. I highly doubt that.
What's good? It's Asia Sky from the DX Daily Podcast, and the 1996 murder of Tupac Shakur rocked the hip hop community.
New pictures.
Now, while the idea of Tupac being alive has floated around for years, an autopsy photo taken of his body shortly after the shooting suggests otherwise. Tupac was riding as a passenger in a car driven by former Death Row Records CEO Suge Knight when a white Cadillac pulled up alongside them at a stoplight on Flamingo Road and opened fire.
Nice car.
12 shots were fired, 4 of which struck Tupac. After undergoing emergency surgery at University Medical Center that night, his chances of recovery...
People are so desperate for these fuckers to be alive. He's definitely fucking dead, dude. Are there? I want to look up the autopsy photos and see how bad it was. I obviously can't show it here. I tried to look it up and instantly I just get a Reddit post saying, "How come there's pics of Pac from the first shooting getting the ambulance from the crime scene, but none from the second?" Can I not even find the autopsy photos?
We were improving, but on September 13th, 1996, he succumbed to his wounds 6 days after.
Look at that fucking car. That car is so fat. Is it like a 7 Series? 90s BMW 7 Series? It looks like it. Goddamn. Dude, that car is fat as fuck. Holy shit. Man, look at that. The way that these cars looked were just so good, bro. Come on. Oh, I wish I could just get one of these with like the modern interior. Apple CarPlay, I guess. I just want a car that looks like that. How you doing? I'm working on a diesel engine. Based. I'm doing good. Just get one. I mean, you can get one of these, but they're old. They're kind of pieces of shit at this point. And like, you know, once like all the speakers and I mean, you can mod it to have like CarPlay, I guess. They're probably also a stick, which I can't drive. But goddamn, this is a fat car. This is a hard fucking car, bro. You ever see 90s Audis? Yeah, fuck yeah. Look at this car, dude. Holy fuck. Oh wait, no, this one. Yeah, the S2. We don't even get. I don't know if we ever got this in the States, but this car is so fucking hot. Oh my, I'm gonna fucking come all over the hood. Dude, this car looks so good. Goddamn. It's so cute too. It's so adorable. Look at it. Okay, a little two-seater with the little fin on the back, little spoiler, little antenna on top. Okay, you can goon once with that car. Goddamn. That's a sexy car. I'm gonna come.
Threats. The pressure was on Bad Boy. Pac was not going to stop, and Puffy couldn't take the heat. Biggie's bodyguard, Gene Deal, recalls when Puff reached his tipping point.
He said, "I'm a businessman. I'm about making money, but something gotta change. I don't give a f if Pac gotta die, Big gotta die, or Suge Knight go to jail. Something's gotta change."
Gene was taken back. He wondered if Puff realized that he just said he didn't care if his own artist died. At the same time, he still wanted to play gangster games. As we all know, these gangster games only lead to 2 outcomes: death or jail, and Tupac would meet his fate on September 13th, 1996. Pac and the Death Row Squad were attending the Bruce Seldon vs. Mike Tyson boxing match in Las Vegas. Hyped up from the testosterone and the energy of the fight, Pac wanted some action.
Hyped up
a
from
Death
the
Row
testosterone.
associate pointed out Orlando Anderson to Pac, who was a Southside Crip gang member, a rival to the Pyru Blood set that was affiliated with Death Row Records. Pac went up to Orlando and punched him in the face. Then Death Row associates put a beating on the man.
So we get the idea behind this. I want to know more about the allegations behind Diddy. That's what I really want to know. I see Usher over there. Are there timestamps for sections in the video? I would like to see that.
Security guard, Gene Deal. I know that Puff didn't exactly want Big to die, but he was posthumously dead. That was a lot of money for Christopher back then. You said no to him. In theory, he could blackball you, extort you, or maybe something more permanent. So consider that when we begin analyzing his history of suspicious behavior.
History of suspicious behavior.
I got my MTV out. Savage! I'm a savage! Oh! I'm a savage! Whatever I want, I'm going to get!
This guy is just like me. What the fuck? This is exactly like me. This is exactly how I act when I'm mad, okay? When OBS shuts down, that's exactly how I act. This is literally a video of me. That's what they don't understand.
Whatever I want, I have to get!
Let's start with the mysterious.
Was that a bit? Was this video a bit?
Savage! I'm a savage! Oh! I'm a savage!
Like, he posted this himself, so this is a bit. This video is a bit, obviously.
Savage! Whatever I want, I'm going to get! Whatever I want, I have to get!
But maybe, just maybe, he's using meta irony. Maybe this is actually a deep look into the inner dark mind of P. Diddy. It could be. Because it is a bit, but maybe the bit is to hide the truth.
Let's start with the mysterious Puffy's Flavor Camp, where Diddy would mentor teenage musicians like Usher and give them a taste of the music industry. R&B sensation Usher was nothing short of a child prodigy. By age 13, he had already been discovered in Atlanta by L.A. Reid, and they sent him to New York City to record his debut album with Diddy. In 1994, Usher was just 14 years old, and he moved into Diddy's house to be a part of his Flavor Camp.
But hey, it was curious. I got a chance to see some things.
Yeah, but you were 13. What were you seeing?
I went there to see the lifestyle.
Right.
And I saw it. And it was but I don't know if I could indulge and understand what I was even looking at. It was pretty wild.
So nobody tried to, some woman didn't come along.
I didn't say that.
Okay.
I didn't say that. What I did say is that there were very curious things taking place. And I didn't necessarily understand it.
Usher has been very reluctant to discuss what happened when he lived with Diddy.
I remember him talking about this. Okay, I actually do remember hearing about some of this lore with him and Bieber. Essentially, to my understanding, Bieber moved in with him when he was very young. He moved in with Diddy when he was very young. And this is all connected to Usher as well, because Usher is part of the reason that Bieber had his career made. Yahoo.com. Justin Bieber deeply shaken by disturbing P. Diddy allegations as fans grow concerned. The thing is, if he knew Diddy, he had to have, if he knew him that well, if he made his career, he had to have heard some kind of rumor, right? Bring out the audio, I'll start breaking iPads. You're gonna have to break some iPads. Justin Bieber and P. Diddy's relationship started when Justin's career took off as a teenager and has become talked about on the internet ever since Diddy's homes were raided this week in connection to sex trafficking. Concerns are growing for baby hitmaker Justin, who is now 30, as he is said to have been left deeply disturbed by the news of P. Diddy's sex trafficking charges. The pair have been connected since early on in Justin's career. Justin was 15 when he was signed to Usher's record label and taken under the wing of the caught-up hitmaker. Around this time, a video deemed creepy online was made of Diddy and Justin, where the music producer claimed he was given custody of Justin via Usher. Given custody. He signed to Usher, and I had legal guardianship of Usher when he did his first album. Diddy continued as he stood next to teenage Justin in the video. I don't have legal guardianship of him, meaning Bieber, but for the next 48 hours, he's with me, and we're going to go full crazy. Diddy continued to the now viral video. Interesting. I want to see that video now. Justin Bieber, 15 years old, P. Diddy. Here we go. Check this out.
Yeah, so as soon as you turn 16, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna let you rock this every time you come to LA. Yeah, this will be yours. So every time you come to LA, it's a little dusty, but you know, go get the front shot of this.
Man.
Minute.
Woo. Okay.
Okay.
All right, so I'm gonna be driving this next year.
Yeah, when you get 16, you come down there, you gotta, wear your seat.
I mean, I'm 15. You could ride in the passenger seat. I got my permit. Not yet.
No.
All right, 16.
You're not ready. Let's slow down, Justin.
Okay.
Let's slow down, okay?
One step at a time.
But yeah, the keys is...
Interesting. I wonder if Justin would ever talk about it. I mean, he probably wouldn't until Diddy's in jail if something bad did happen to him. You can tell Justin's putting on a fake smile. You can see in his eyes he's scared and hurt behind closed doors. No child deserves to go through this. I also have to keep watching. It's hard for me to tell. I mean, obviously it's cool that Diddy was helping make people's careers, but at the same time, him having legal guardianship over a 15-year-old boy that's not his family member is very weird. It's just not good.
It's yours.
This looks like a video of Turkey Tom hanging out with Destiny, that he would never give me a Lambo. He wouldn't even give me the shitty RS, all right? That shitbox, he wouldn't even give that to me. Not even when I was 9 years old.
When you get 16, you're good to go.
I'm good to go.
Yeah.
All right.
And then, when you get 18, you get the house. You get the mansion.
Okay. I get the mansion? Yeah. So where are we off to?
Where would you like to go?
I mean, wherever you want to go. Where are we going?
So check this out, yo. Justin, you ever seen the movie 48 Hours? Right now, he's having 48 hours with Diddy, him and his boy.
A bro. 48 hours with Diddy, him and his bro.
They're having the times of their lives, like where we hanging out and what we doing. We can't really disclose.
We can't disclose.
But it's definitely a 15-year-old's dream.
Bruh.
I have been given custody.
This kid should be playing Xbox all day. He shouldn't be hanging out with P. Diddy.
Yeah, him. He signed to Usher.
I'm signed to Usher.
I had legal guardianship of Usher when he did his first album. I did Usher's first album. I don't have legal guardianship of him, but for the next 48 hours, he's with me. So and we gonna go full crazy.
Going crazy.
This video is 14 years old. It's crazy that people didn't fake out something weird was happening, or if they did, it's crazy it wasn't a bigger story. Cause goddamn.
Crazy.
I'm taking this out tonight.
What you want to do? What you want to do over the next 48 hours?
48 hours. Let's go. Let's just go get some girls. Let's go hang with some girls.
Man after my heart. That's what I'm talking about.
Bruh, this guy's fucking weird. This guy's weird. This is really odd. Goddamn. Makes you think.
A 2004 article with Rolling Stone, he said, Puff introduced me to a totally different set of shit. Sex, specifically. Sex is so hot in the industry, man. While he was in New York, he lived at Puffy's house in Scarsdale.
Sex is so hot in the industry. Sex is hot in the industry, in case you didn't know. Sex, you may think it's hot, but wait till you see sex in the industry, where you're forced to do it.
There was always girls around. You'd open a door and see somebody doing it, or several people in a room having an orgy. You never knew what was going to happen. Some people look at this as nothing short of grooming a young boy. One time, Diddy himself detailed what living with Usher was like.
Back in the days when he was like 10 and I was a little bit older, his older brother, we used to fight over the Frosted Flakes. You know what I'm saying? Before pause was invented. You know what I'm saying? But it's my brother for real. We used to actually wrestle off of the Frosted Flakes because he used to
We used to wrestle.
always get up early with me. Now he's one of the richest stars in the world. And I'm
Kevin Hart's weirded out.
what the f did Puff just say?
Even though
True, what did he just say? What did he just say, Kevin Hart? What is he talking about here, buddy? What's going on? What did he just say?
Kevin Hart was just joking. He really was the only one that seemed to question what Diddy was talking about. But Usher looks kind of uncomfortable. And you'll notice a theme where Diddy is very comfortable touching other people, embracing them, calling them pet names, and almost always the other person's body language screams they do not like it.
Man, you doing it, man. You deserve it, daddy. You putting in that work.
But Usher is...
You deserve it, daddy. You putting in that... He's gay. There's some gay stuff going on, I think, which is the worst part of all of it.
Not the only artist in the industry who may have been a victim of Puffy's flavor camp. Justin Bieber was also mentored...
Dude, the terminology is so fucked. Flavor camp, freak off, you deserve it, daddy. 48 hours with P. Diddy. I hope no resizing was happening.
By Diddy early on in his career. Bieber, just after his 15th birthday, spent 48 hours with Diddy. Diddy gifted him a Lamborghini Gallardo and let the world know why him and the teenager were hanging out.
Where we hanging out and what we doing.
Acting strange, but Justin seems alright. At the time, he was still a young star, glamorized by the industry.
Yeah, he wouldn't have even realized if anything bad was happening. He wouldn't have been able to comprehend it. And if something bad did happen, which it possibly did, even now he'd probably have a hard time recognizing it and maybe want to defend Diddy because he helped make his career. He wouldn't have a full understanding if he's some kind of victim, you know?
1 year later, his demeanor towards Diddy was much different.
What's up, man? You good?
I'm good. How are you?
All right, young brother, everything's good?
Everything's
Selling
great.
out arenas and everything? Starting to act different, huh? You ain't been calling me and hanging out the way we used to hang out.
Well, I mean, you try to get in contact with me, through all my, partners and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
But you never really got my number, so.
Is this a bit? Is this one a bit or something? How did they film this? And why was it released when it looks so awkward on Justin's end if it's not a bit? If it's not a bit, why did P. Diddy even release this? Huh.
Now, Combs is renowned for hosting lavish and star-studded parties that have become...
I'm glad that, I will say, the social justice movement, okay, this stuff coming to light. One great thing that's happened is, increasing awareness and standards for this shit. So hopefully, eventually, we'll live in a world where, these kind of weird interactions, whatever may have happened, whatever may not have happened, these kind of weird interactions where, a 14-year-old Usher is living with an adult P. Diddy, seeing weird shit. A 15-year-old Justin Bieber's in the same kind of scenario, potentially seeing weird shit. I'm glad that these standards are being updated so that kind of shit is not encouraged or okay in the industry, because it's not good. What's up? Appreciate the dono, Tritone.
Legendary in the entertainment industry. Diddy parties are famous for attracting A-list celebrities across all industries. I had the craziest
They've all been
mix,
there.
Combs told Oprah. Some of my boys from Harlem, Leonardo DiCaprio after he just finished Titanic. I had socialites there and relatives from down south. Diddy parties are typically hosted at luxury venues or his own private residences. The media were quick to anoint him the modern-day Gatsby, a title he embraced with open arms. Have I read The Great Gatsby? He said to a reporter in 2001. I am the...
Until he changed his name to P. Diddy, Combs performed under the title of Puff Daddy. But he has also tried out other sobriquet, reaching from the opportunistic The Black Sinatra to the overweening The World's Greatest Entertainer. In private, he imagines himself heir to another self-made American, also known to throw a good party, Jay Gatsby. Interesting. Interesting.
Great Gatsby. However, many people forget that one of Diddy's first parties ever resulted in the deaths of 9
Tom was attending the parties farting at people. I was shit-maxing at every Diddy party. I've attended all of them. P. Diddy's my personal friend, which is why I love him, and I will defend him to the death.
attendees. In 1990,
He made my career, okay? He made my career. He made Bo Black's career. He made Nick DiOrio's career. Do you think it's such a coincidence that as soon as these charges are going down, Bo Black's career is, looking like it's in the gutter? There's a fireside chat with Augie and Nick. It all goes back to P. Diddy. It clearly all goes back to P. Diddy. Okay, this is all related. It's all connected, in fact. And the more you know, the darker it gets. Why do you think Leafy got deleted off of YouTube around the same time that P. Diddy was Diddying? Stephen Diddy Bonnell? Yeah, literally. There you go. Okay, Stephen, colloquially known as P. Diddy in the industry. D. Diddy, they call him.
1991, 22-year-old
Thank you, P.
Sean
Diddy.
Combs was the promoter of the Heavy D's and Puff Daddy celebrity charity basketball game at City College's Nat Holman Gymnasium, the infamous Puffy Party where a stampede occurred taking the lives of 9 people. Some of the hottest rappers in the game were set to attend: Boyz II Men, Phife Dawg, Big Daddy Kane, Jodeci, even LL Cool J.
Are Boyz II Men the hottest rappers in the game? Isn't that a boy band? Isn't Boyz II Men like, I could be wrong. Boyz II Men, P. Diddy to Justin Bieber. Boyz II Men. Aren't they like NSYNC? Oh, they're not. I'm retarded. I thought Boyz II Men was literally like fucking, I thought Men and Boys, lol. I thought Boyz II Men was literally, was like, the Backstreet Boys. What the hell? Wait, it is, actually.
Just don't understand. My heart hurts.
Okay, so I was right the whole time. I was a fucking genius. I was a genius.
And
They are a
Mike
boy
Tyson
band.
showed up. The crazy part is that fans could see all of their favorite stars for just $12.
The Blackstreet Boys.
The first problem occurred with the tickets. Keep in mind, this is in 91, so people had to go to physical locations like the Apollo Theater box office to buy tickets. Tickets were also sold at local shops like Boss Emporium, and even free tickets were given out on the radio by Funkmaster Flex. The facility could only hold 2,730 people, but they had no idea how many tickets they sold, as no proper system was set in place to keep track. Despite this, Gene Deal recalls Puffy requesting to cut security presence in half.
This particular day, Puff calls me the day before we supposed to do the party and say, yo, Gene, I don't need y'all to do the security outside. I got the FOIs to do it. So I said, man, I just told 18 guys. He said, I just need 8.
To clarify, the FOIs are Fruit of Islam members. One witness to the event said, "You cannot have an event like this in Harlem without those Muslims," said Oscar Davis.
Fruit of Islam. Security and disciplinary wing of the Nation of Islam. Okay, I thought so. Interesting. It's like black excellence, Louis Farrakhan type stuff. Security and disciplinary wing of the Nation of Islam, described as a paramilitary wing. The Fruit of Islam wears distinctive blue, brown, or white uniforms and caps and have units at all NOI temples. Louis Farrakhan, as head of Nation of Islam, is commander-in-chief of the Fruit of Islam, and his son, Mustafa Farrakhan Sr., is second in command as the supreme captain. The women's counterpart of the Fruit of Islam is Muslim Girls Training. I didn't know they had like shooters like that. I didn't know they had like their own little paramilitary squad, their own little militia. Praise Yakub, true. We need a lot of Yakubian praises in chat, please. Praise Skib. Praise Skib every day. Praise Skibidi. And also, praise Yakub.
Davis, 32, of the Bronx. Forget the police. They can't do nothing. The people in Harlem respect the Muslims. It was blatantly obvious that more people were outside than could actually fit in the gym. Despite the overcrowding, tickets were still being sold at the door, said Mario Salvaggi, a city police patrol chief. Fans entered through 2 side exits and funneled down the stairs, through the doors, into the gymnasium. But once LL Cool J and Mike Tyson showed up, all hell broke loose.
Every like famous celebrity is there. LL Cool J, Mike Tyson, they're all there. What I want to hear about in the future is I want to hear what the influencer Diddy parties are like. I want to hear what the LA Diddy parties are like. We'll get it eventually. We'll learn about it. There'll be lore. It'll come out. It'll be a dark day.
Mobs of people started swarming from outside to rush inside, pushing people forward towards the glass doors. The glass doors eventually were shut and needed to be pulled towards the crowd to be opened. Guards tried to instruct people to fall back, but they wouldn't listen. The pressure became so great that the glass doors shattered and people fell through them.
I think they signed NDAs. I mean, if you sign an NDA, you can still report report a crime, it doesn't matter. You can sign an NDA for like benign things, but if there's like a crime or some kind of civil action that needs to be taken, you can break an NDA pretty easily. You're not going to like lose your livelihood or whatever.
Outsiders began stampeding and stomping over bodies to get inside the facility, but the problem just got worse as they needed to go down the stairs into the gym. The doors at the bottom of the stairs also needed to be pulled open towards the crowd, not pushed into the gym. So hundreds of people were squeezed up against these doors in this tiny stairwell with no way to escape. Also notice that these doors don't have any windows. So inside of the gym, people were having a great time. From the outside, you can hear them partying, playing music, and rappers shouting over the microphone. They didn't even know that just on the other side of those doors were people fighting for their lives.
Holy
Eventually,
shit.
they got the doors open. As much as 6 people were stacked on top of each other and began spilling onto the gym floor, finally relieving the pressure. People began trying to perform CPR on the ground. Someone announced over the microphone that 3 people died right there. This caused chaos, and the people inside the gym began trying to leave, stampeding back through the exact same stairwell where people were trapped in the first place. Police identified 5 men and 3 women dead at the scene, and 29 people
Had to do a little censorship in post, it looks like.
were injured. A 9th victim died in the hospital days later. All of them died from asphyxiation. 8 families of the
Jesus.
deceased settled wrongful death lawsuits against Mr. Combs in early 1998. Mr. Combs ended up paying around $600,000 of a total $3 million or so. Now, clearly, this wasn't all Diddy's fault. Legally, the courts claim the city 50% responsible and the promoters 50% responsible. Regardless, death and dark
Still, I mean, cutting security in half seems completely retarded and insane. Wow. Wow. All right, well, we've gone over most of this video, at least the stuff I didn't know about. I already looked through all the allegations against Diddy, but it seems like a pretty interesting rabbit hole of lore. Goddamn. All right, well, that's going to end the Diddy segment, but glad we learned about that. Good video by Pat CC. If you want to watch the full thing, go to his channel, check it out. He typically puts out good stuff from what I've seen, and I do enjoy it.